What's going on, guys? It's been 2 weeks since I last uploaded. Again, it's been stale, the game's been stale. You don't need me to say that for you twice because I've been saying it for a couple of videos now and I do not want to burst your eardrums with the same old niff-naff. However, let's get into the meat of things here. I don't really have anything from Pedro. It's kind of gone stale. I don't know whether he's like behind the scenes on doing stuff. However, he doesn't reply as much as he used to, whether he's hard at work or someone higher up has said to him, do not let this guy have information from you. I don't know which one it is. I hope it's not the latter. I hope it's just he's hard at work and he doesn't have time. Because I do think, though, at the same time, if you're going to have content creators for this game that speak their mind and, you know, update the community on stuff, it's good to update those content creators to then update the community in which way they say fit. But again, we don't know which way it's gone for Pedro and whether he is told not to speak to me or not to let me know certain things. However, today we're going to be looking at a video from Jade Monkey because things have gone that stale. His titled video is Future Updates and Wipes for Rust Console. We're going to see what he's saying about the game and then have my thoughts and inputs on what he is saying and whether I believe or agree on what he's saying or disagree. So if you guys like this, be sure to drop a like. Let's get into it.
On the map and the Unity engine can be a bit of an issue for some of the older consoles, so we do know that these are of reasonable speed, so I think these will definitely be some items we might or most likely will see in 2025.
So yeah, Jade Monkey's first like hit off the box sort of update that he reckons could come in 2025 is the motorcycles. Again, I just don't think it's a priority. I think there's so many more things that need to be prioritized within the game. I don't see the hype for having more, I guess, on-land transportation for 3.5 km maps. I think if you're going to have cars or if you're going to have motorcycles or bikes, I think you should at least have 4 km for more on land. But the thing is as well, just with how consoles, the hardware of the consoles, we're going to have either an upgrade in this or it's got to be nerfed a little bit so that it's a bit slower than it is on PC, because the speed and the rate at which these vehicles go in terms of speed does numbing your console's performance in terms of how Rust Console is then outputted onto your display and how you experience the game from a user standpoint. So if we're going to have more on-land vehicles, we need bigger maps, but then also they might need to be nerfed or dumbed down a bit just so that the performance there is met. Again, a lot of these things need to be taken into consideration. Are they going to be, you know, good for new gen? Because I've said for, you know, so many months now that new gen needs, old gen, sorry, needs to be dropped and new gen needs to be prioritized because that is literally the future of gaming. GTA 6 is going to hit. They're literally going to make a new console for that, and you're still going to cater towards old gen. That you're just gonna have to move on. Is how things evolve. They're gonna, you know, every game developer is just gonna say goodbye to old gen, and Double 11, if they want to keep making money and keep this game going, that's what they're just gonna need to do. But anyways, I digress. Let's carry on with the video.
Us on Rust Console Edition, but more to the point, we do know we're going to get a secret update for us over on the console side, which is most likely going to be cars or helicopters. Cars bringing in, or the implementation of cars is going to bring in quite a bit. Not only the various cars, like the modular cars itself, as it says, you can mix and match.
I think, yeah, I've said since day dot, the secret update is going to be cars. And, you know, will I be hyped for it? Not entirely, because I'm not really interested in cars. I just, in my opinion, from what I know, and from the certain patterns in which Double 11 have been updating the game and what makes sense because the junkyard being out, cars make sense. Helis, again, I just cannot see coming to the game with the compatibility of both generations of console. Again, the performance would be bad. You look at how wipe days happen when tugboats was introduced and when updates happen for wipe day, like things just go to shit, and of course they do get better. However, you need things running smoothly, especially since you put them on PTB. You need them smoothly because if you allow hours of delay in terms of delay for old gen or for wipe day, I should say, sorry, then, you know, players are going to get disinterested, and it seems like this is the case each wipe as wipes go on. Yes, you could just play the next day, but wipe day is important for a lot of players, including myself when I used to play. It was something that you got hyped for, that you wanted to play, you just wanted to get in there and, you know, just have fun. and kind of be the best, beat everyone to that base spot. And yeah, as each wipe goes on, the more it seems to be delayed and the more it's laggy on wipe day and throughout that wipe. So things either need to be better on PTB before they're brought to main branch, or I don't know, maybe they need to just wipe it sooner so that they don't have these issues, because for community servers' sakes as well, God, it was awful. That's literally how mine died, and I was like, you know what, I'm calling it quits for now, because just the fact that everything was just delayed, laggy, 20 people got on, and then the server dies from there onwards. But obviously, as Jade Monkey, let me just run the video here, Jade Monkey talks about, minis coming as well being a possibility. I can't see him coming. I don't know if I'm the only one in thinking that, but let's hope I'm not. If I am, then let me know in the comments below.
So bring in quite a few things, a bunch of different items. We should see those come in as well with all of that. Or it's going to be most likely helicopters, which is Scrappy, Attack Helicopter, and the Mini. I think at the minimum it's going to be the Mini and Scrappy, and then maybe this guy later, if somehow this has some type of...
There's no way we're getting that. There's no way on God's green earth we're going to be getting that alongside Minicopters and Scrappies. Even having Scrappies and Minis in the same update would be an achievement, a huge achievement in itself for Rust Console, with the implications of old gen and the performance implications that has. If we get them too, if we get Scrappies and Minis, fair play to Double 11. But pretty much this update, in terms of if Minis and Scrappies came, or there was new gen only, those are the only two updates I can really think to myself this would bring back a lot of players to the game, because it's a completely different way of playing. You're going to have people coming in raiding you from top down. It really opens up a different way of playing the game, like tugboats have. But it's just because this is the problem we have with Rust Console, and the problem we're going to have forever as long as this game's going, is the fact that we've seen everything before. This is not going to be a new update to our eyes, to our mind. We know it's happened on PC. We have a familiarity with the update, so when it hits console, yeah, you're going to have a couple of weeks of having real good fun. Then it's going to dumb down a bit, and you're going to be like, oh well, I've had fun on it, but I already knew what it was kind of like beforehand. Either I played it on PC or I've seen videos on it. So, it's going to numb that real feel-good fever of first playing, honeymoon period, if you will, having that update, playing on it, and kind of observing and, immersing yourself on it. Whereas you've seen it on PC before, you already have an image in your mind of what it's like. So, until I've always said Double 11 should do their own updates. I've even said that Pedro should do your own updates. Yes, you should keep up with PC, but to have the odd update at least once a year maybe of something new, that could bring in potentially PC players if they were having a really, 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 really bad day on PC, if they wanted to come to console. But that's just my 2 cents.
Issue or whatever. But anyways, we go over a lot of this stuff in a video I've already done where I kind of expound on the different reasons why I think it's these guys. So either way you cut it, the update that's coming up here in the next few months or weeks, probably on PTB, and then it takes a bit of time over, about a month or so, and then it hits main branch. But either way you cut it, we're going to get a massive update.
The secret update is literally the update that will, if there is going to be a savior to this game, like community servers I thought it was going to be, this secret update has to be it. And they know this because they named it secret update. As well as whatever update this is that they're going to have, they need to make it so it runs absolutely perfectly. Because the moment you start seeing lag and the moment you start seeing really bad broken gameplay, that's when you're going to lose a lot of your player base, especially on the first couple of wipes, and they're going to just have to come back the next wipe and so on and so forth. So whatever Double 11 have got up their sleeves, it needs to work perfectly. It needs to make the community happy. It needs to cater towards what the community wants, because at the end of the day, I don't know how you feel, but it just seems like the game's diminished in terms of what it used to be. I know a lot of people are now over on official servers rather than communities, but it just feels as if the game isn't what it used to be. I don't know if I'm a nostalgia merchant or the game is better than it actually was. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, but it seems as if helis and scrappies as well as cars are the two main boys that are going to either, you know, make it or break it for this game. I think helis need to come above cars. Cars don't need to come because the map's not big enough, in my opinion. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope Double 11 proves me wrong. And if I ever see this video, you know, if you're going to do this in terms of having like air transportation, you got to do it damn right, because you're going to get one chance at this, and if it's going to save the community, that's the update that will save the community. Thank you so much for watching it. If you have watched up until this point, be sure to subscribe if you're new around here. Any latest news or updates you have, be sure to add my Discord, which is CNQR Toxic, and send me or put me a message, as well as join up the Discord. It is in the link in the description. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.